Hi guys, printer problems. Now I've been saying in a lot of recent videos that the problem has been the yellow filament, because when I swapped to the orange I was actually getting success, although there were still a few problems. Yesterday I printed something with TPU and that worked absolutely fine, which is odd because I usually have trouble with TPU. Last night I wanted to print something with the orange. Well, I tried yellow first, that failed. Tried the orange and that failed completely. Made no difference what I did. Releveling the bed, changing the heat, all sorts. So I've gone to black, which was running all right for me in the past. And although that may look like it's working, it isn't, because that's been running for nearly 4 hours and it should be quite thick by now. That's the first layer has gone on more or less okay, and then it's stopped. So I'm wondering if there's something stopping the filament being pushed through, whether the teeth on the gear on the back there are clogged or something. So I'm going to turn it off and have a good look here, take things apart and have a look. That's the only thing I can think at the moment, that it's just not being driven down through for some reason. Because when I change the filament, I can get it to stream the filament down through as it heats it up. That seems to be okay, but because there's no resistance to it when it's just pushing it straight through, whereas when it's on the bed there's a little bit of back pressure. So that's today's theory on my ongoing problems with my 3D printer. So I'm going to turn it off now. I won't try and film it because you won't be able to see what I'm doing anyway. But I will report back when I've had a good look around the back here. Just for reference, you can see there's a big gap between the nozzle and the build plate. That's not because I've got me leveling wrong, that's because since it's done the first layer, it's been running for 3 hours or so while we've been out, and it's just stopped feeding through. So that's why I think it's possibly the gear on the back there, the teeth that push it down through. Are we in focus? Oh yeah. Right, this is what I'm wondering about, whether it's these teeth are not gripping. They certainly look well worn. Are we in focus? Just about. Now I might have a spare one of them somewhere. It's quite possible, because I converted it to, they call it direct drive. Instead of being fed from that one via the Bowden cable, this one sits directly on top of the hot end with just a very short Bowden cable. So at the very least I should be able to swap that one with that one, if that one's any good. We'll have a look in a minute. I might even have another one in the drawer somewhere. So we'll have a look, see what we can do. Right, the one on the left is the current one we're using. The one on the right is the old one from the end of the Bowden cable. And as you can see, that's got a good layer of PLA stuck between the teeth as well. So I'm not sure whether to just clean that one up and try that, or clean that one up and try it. I might just clean that one up now that I'm looking at it. So it may just be that there's muck stuck between the teeth and it's not digging in properly. What we're looking at here is the last bit of filament that was in there, and you can see that's been ground right away where the teeth were rubbing on it. So I think I've just wasted my time. I don't think it's the teeth that's a problem. Something's happening that's stopping it being pushed through. Maybe the heater element's failing. I'm just guessing, obviously. If I knew what the problem was, I'd have fixed it by now. I just push the filament through. It's going through. Now coming through orange. So it's going through, heating up, melting and flowing through. Well, at the moment, we've got the first layer going down. I'm still not confident at all. You can see there's a few little tags that have flicked up there. I'll go and have me tea and I'll come back later and have a look, see what we've got. Not happy. Well, we're only a few seconds later and I think it's just about to fail. It seems to have gone very stringy. So frustrating when it's going wrong. Well, I stood here and watched it for a long time and tweaked the settings as it was going. I ended up setting the heating up to 219 degrees because I had it right up at 225 at one time, trying to force it to use up that yellow filament, and I was trying to back it down to 200, but it didn't seem to want to go at 200, so I slowly let it creep up. 220 seemed to be too much, 210, and it was getting stringy. When I say stringy, I don't mean the filaments where it's too hot. It was dotty, I suppose would be another way to put it. Like it wasn't coming through quickly enough. Anyway, we appear to have finished okay. Where I was fiddling with the temperatures, it actually wasn't very good at the beginning. But once I got it tweaked up right, it looked like it's actually finished. Okay. I doubt whether I've actually sorted anything out by cleaning that gear, or whatever you want to call it. Leveling the bed, I leveled it, I don't know, half a dozen times in the last 24 hours or so. I suppose I could treat myself to a new printer. I hate the thought of doing that when I can still make use of this one and it still works most of the time. Just gets frustrating when it fails. Anyway, that appears to have come out all right. I need it to cool down before I can release it. It's a glass bed and it sticks to the glass bed while it's still hot. It's got some sort of coating on it to make it grip the print. I can see just there's a little bit of a gap underneath it, So that's where I was fiddling around with the temperature at the beginning, and it looked pretty horrible up around here. As I say, once I've left it alone on 219, it seemed to go through okay. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.